morning. I feel like a game show. I should be spinning the wheel.
Like the music in the background.
It's spinning the arts funding wheel. That's what we're really doing always, right? So, hi, I'm Susan. Y'all know me. And if you don't, I just pretend you do, because you got to feed yourself in these times. David Ferry, it is amazingly wonderful to see your actually animated face.
Yeah, right.
Like not 10 years since we did a show together.
Wow.
Yes. Although I have followed your career, and it's been, man, you are a rock star. Cesar, it's lovely to meet you, and say hello to Los Angeles for me, because I'm an Angelino.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, transplanted from LA to Milwaukee?
I did.
Wow. What part of LA did you? Where are you from?
LA proper, but I also lived in Pasadena, South Pasadena.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Pasadena. Okay, cool. what part did you set? So where are you living in Milwaukee where you're like, okay, Pasadena, I want to find something like Pasadena, Bayview, I'm assuming. And so
David, I saw, people like David live in Bayview. I could not aim like that. I couldn't, I could go somewhere else. I did. I'm in the Brewers Hill neighborhood just north of downtown.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, very fun neighborhood. Cool.
Yeah, the house was priced desperate, and so that was our price range. We went for it.
Right in the listing. It's for sale. Desperate. It's a motivated seller. Desperate seller.
Well, we all have to read between the lines in everything. So, you guys, Boulevard. Wow. So you've got this Boulevard interconnection thing going on here, because we all know in the theater world there's really only 20 of us, and eventually we will all do a show together. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's everybody ends up. It's really a small community in here. It's amazing how robust the theater scene is, and yet it is as small a community as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. Is that what prompted you to move out to LA, Cesar?
No, this is actually my third time. You just call me Cess. This is my third time living in LA. So the last time I was back in Milwaukee, I moved there in 2006, and we're there till 2012, and then I came out here. And that's the time that I got really involved with theater in Milwaukee, all the independent. I've never been one of the big ones, the Rep or anything like that. It was all the indie theater, and it was a lot of fun. It was just so much fun. In LA, people take theater so serious because it could be their big break, if someone's going to come out and see it. Mm-hmm. But in Milwaukee, I feel like indie theater is, you do it for the love of it. And I did so many performances with different shows with different groups, so many different kinds of love for it, from Traveling Arts Circus to Boulevard to Sunset to Pink Banana to all these other kinds. And everyone has this different, they sink their teeth into it differently. And it's really for the love of theater is what it is.
I feel so too. And I remember living in Los Angeles, theater was incredibly important because someone might see you for film.
Yeah.
And it was a means to an end. Really,
Still like this, especially in June in the summer, they have Fringe Fest on Theater Row on Santa Monica Boulevard. All those theaters, just like Boulevard was in that one spot, just tons of those theaters. And everyone's doing this up, and everyone's inviting their agents, managers, casting people. Please come out and see. Please come out and see. And it's every single year, except this year, of course. But every single year, it's just amazing.
Right.
What are the size of the houses out there, Seth?
Everything goes by equity style, so it's always 99 and under. Mm-hmm. A lot of those theaters, they've been there forever. And I've been to so many, I've seen different shows in there. And I think the smallest audience size I've been in was maybe like a 45 seat. Mm-hmm. The largest on Theater Row was maybe 90. Mm-hmm. Different calibers of work, of course. But that's because during Fringe Fest, you're going to find a lot of original written stuff that hasn't been, done to death in New York and across the country.
Right.
But it's that experimental style that reminded me a lot of indie theater in Milwaukee, where people are writing their own stuff and people are putting their own stuff up. And, it's nothing like the exhilaration of when you're the actor and you're on stage, and as soon as you get off stage, oh, hey, Susan, you have to pull your own props. You have to, do your own sound effects backstage and everything. And I got a sample of that when I lived in LA the first time back in 95, 96. And the second time when we were doing more shows, but in Milwaukee, it was just like, you either do it yourself or it's not going to happen.
That's right.
And it's exciting. It's very exciting.
And we rely on each other.
Yes.
It's like, you have some flats that I can borrow.
I remember moving some flats. I had a pickup truck in Milwaukee, and people said, "Can you move the flats?" Yeah, sure.
Well, Boulevard has an original piece that you guys are working on putting together. David Flores piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me more about that. The more I hear about David Flores, whoa. Can he do anything? Can he not do anything? Wow. So David.
It's a really cute little piece called Amy's Snow Job, and it covers the recent judicial appointment and the Senate hearing. And the concept is, since it's over the holidays, kind of what it would look like if Senator Santa questioned Amy.
Yeah.
And so there, that's me. You can tell by the likeness.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Couldn't get David to put on the costume. We're just like,
so that's,
please.
we have to do that.
Wow, this is so awesome.
Cessner did a bang up job. And David Flores wrote that's a gigantic portion of this piece is what Cez did and what David Flores wrote. It's just cute, and it's timely. It's not anything very partisan at all, really. It's got some cute jokes in it. It's a good thing to watch. It's really quite. I'm proud of it. I think Cez you should be too.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is a fun little piece. I got to throw major props out to Jason Krakowski, who did all the artwork for it for me, so I wouldn't have to sit there and put it all together in Photoshop. He's his own little Photoshop master. So when he said, "What can I do?" I said, "Can you do all the art so I don't have to do anything?" Yeah. What do you need? I thought, oh my God. And he did it just not. And when I needed an extra piece, a little something, the little Mark Bucher on a $100 bill at the end, I said, "Do you think you could do this?" When? I need it right now. Oh yeah, I thought that guy needs to be, if he's not already, constantly working in graphic arts in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Amazing. Jason Krakowski with a K and a K.
He just posted "You're welcome."
I see it there. No more props for you, Jason. No more. That's enough.
Props.
I got to act with Jason at the Boulevard in a show called Eureka way back when, an originally written piece. Mm-hmm. So it was all about Twizzlers, if I remember correctly. All the pictures of us with Twizzlers. I don't remember why. It's been so long, but yeah, it was a fun little piece. Amy Snow Job, fun to do. I haven't done any kind of promotional work for or with the Boulevard since I lived in Milwaukee. So it was kind of fun. I've been talking with Mark Bucher before this, just seeing how he's doing, with Milwaukee and COVID and all that stuff. And I just said, hey, and he said, hey, we're doing this thing. Do you think you could do it? I said, yeah. Give me what do you got in mind? I said, can we get David Ferry to put the hat on? Maybe not a beard, but the hat. He's got the beard already. And he said,
okay, what's the hat? What's the hat?
For Santa, yeah. But then
I
I
was
don't think
ready.
we could have.
I was ready.
I don't think we were gonna get Winnie Bizarre to dress up like what's her name?
No, I was set for that, but I think it turned out better this way.
Mm-hmm.
Jason did do a remarkable job. Excellent, excellent work. And he's done that too. Any of the stuff that he has done for Boulevard, the promotional material is, and speaking of both Cesar and Jason, when I did Daryl, Cesar did an interview that went on YouTube. You don't even remember that, do you?
I don't remember it. I
It
don't.
was good. It was really good. You put a little music to it. I mean, it made me look interesting.
I shot it. I edited it and everything. Was that before?
Yeah,
2012?
you shot it, you edited it, and went up on YouTube. Yeah,
That was before 2012. Okay, I'm much better filmmaker now.
yeah. And Jason did one of the best posters I've ever seen on for Daryl. It was just remarkably good. So yeah, I got to work with two of my favorites in this one.
And you know, it's funny because we're all finding different ways of getting our work out. And we're looking at, okay, so we figured out this is cool, this is not so cool, this is great, but only your family's going to tune in or whatever. And so our world is expanding from 20 to 40. So there are our Jasons and our Cezes that are now all of a sudden we're collaborating on some of these different things so that we can just keep doing our thing and we're just doing more of it. But this is still so Boulevard, you know? It's
right? It is.
The adjective now. That's so Boulevard. It's, I was talking to Mark about it before when we were talking about what we could do, and he was talking about a Zoom. And I remember when I think California might have been one of the first. I mean, New York did their stay at home. It's never been a real shutdown. Stay at home, and then LA did it, and everyone went to Zoom, and Zoom stock probably went through the roof. Should have bought. But aren't we always like that? Oh, I should have bought. Back then. But and you see all these different productions online and live Zoom of all these different calibers, and I've seen so many of them, especially in LA. All the actors are desperate to put something out. And I said to Mark, I was like, it's like everyone's doing Zoom now. I wonder if we could do anything different. Sometimes I get a little zoomed out. I can only handle so much Zoom at a time. I think when people, especially in the corporate world, are, doing, my sister-in-law is just on the computer all day long. That's their job. It's their, virtual work. And I think they're Zooming all day. I think they want to see something new and fresh back to before there was Zoom. And this is kind of a hark back to that. The way we used to do stuff, making a cute little video that is, something. I think the last thing we want to do is think about 2020 and COVID, and we're like, is there any way we can get our brains back to the way before?
Well, it has a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer vibe. It has. Remember that?
Well, David Flores he said, I'm thinking this example with these little puppet people and that. Jason, cut and paste them. You do it, put it together, and it worked out. Out.
Puppet people? Oh, David. Oh, because we just wrapped filming for Pericles, which is in 16 episodes, and the one that David is in has puppets. So, stole my puppet idea. We do that. We just share.
We call it collaboration.
We do. It's like,
we call it collaboration.
Let's do that. Let's do puppets.
We don't steal.
No,
we collaborate.
I think actors, artists, and even filmmakers are finding new ways to create. It's like forcing us to design. Is that the right word? Inspire ourselves? No, that's not the right word. Discover new forms of creativity, and the Zoom plays, the stop motion. It's not really stop motion, but the little frozen stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's we got to find the silver lining in everything. So,
Mhm.
you know, we're, you know, like you said, people are starting to work together with different stuff. I mean, it's kind of cool. The
It's
inspiration.
all experimentation, and it's an adjustment for theater to go digital, to go
Sure.
online, to film.
Mhm.
You know, there's a reason that a lot of this stuff works on stage and doesn't work on film, and vice versa. You know, that there's a lot of times where things just don't translate well,
Right.
and we're beginning to discover that firsthand because we're attempting to do things without our usual tools,
Mhm.
without the audience, without a stage, or you know.
Mhm.
So we're just beginning to do that, and the good thing is that it's not been done before, and so
Yeah.
um, and you know, credit people who are doing this. It's an intrepid uh, thing to do. It's difficult and scary because it's just not what we've done before. So it's credit people for taking the chance, and
Yeah.
being willing to, dare I say, fail spectacularly,
I love
um,
that. Yeah.
right?
In a
I mean,
giant
because
explosion.
it's true, and
True.
you got to have, um, this is like, what did you guys say last? You've got to have some courage to do that, you know. So it's, you know, credit to everybody that's making art, making performance, and
Mhm.
I think
Mm.
it's great.
We're really adding to our repertoire. You know, I
Yeah.
suspect we're throwing ourselves into it. Once you mentally decide, all right, we're going to try this other thing and we're going to acquire these skills and we're going to acquire these mechanics and they're going to
Mhm.
be in place. You know, we're using it. You know, we're going to keep using it. And I love
Yeah.
that. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's really theater. It's like for indie theaters, it's their. I mean, creating stuff like this is it's like the only chance that they have to stay in the public's eye, because I read an article, I don't know, I think it was a month ago, about how many theater companies in LA have folded because of
yeah,
this 2020 year.
yeah.
And what do you do? There's so, you know, you can put on a play online. You got to find a way to stay in front of your audience and get them to know and be like, hey, we're still here and we are drowning. Help,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
please,
mhm.
here, some entertainment. Kick in
Mm-hmm.
a $5 or something, you know.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and it
Yeah.
works. It
It,
works. People have been donating.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Thank
Go
yeah.
goodness.
ahead.
Thank goodness. Yeah, because it's dried up. It's really dried up. But that's one of the wonderful. I mean, a donation to a company the size like Boulevard that's so scrappy and things. That dollar goes a long way.
Oh
And then
yeah.
just very little overhead. Just like I work out of my house. We all work out of our houses. So
Mhm,
the money is not going to the rent. It's going to pay the actor. It's going to pay the animator. It's going, you
mhm,
know, so
mhm.
you know, the line items, if you get a chance to look, it's the humans, it's the creative, it's the artists, and especially with organizations like Boulevard, you know,
Hmm.
and it always has been with Boulevard.
Yeah.
I look at something like this COVID thing that we're in the middle of, and I know it's taking a horrible toll. You know, in LA, where you are, Cesar,
Mhm.
but I like to think that theater just doesn't go away. The COVID thing will go away, but theater won't.
Right.
And the names might change, or the organizations may come or stay,
Mm-hmm.
but there will be theater after COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what it's going to look like, who's going to be, you know. So, and if we can survive through this thing
Mm-hmm.
and come out the other side, then imagine the pent up demand.
Yeah. hmm
So,
And imagine the scope of our capabilities.
yeah.
It's like I feel really
Oh, that too.
tough. It feels really, it's painful for the artist friends that, I mean, we
Mhm.
all know, we know the other 19, and there's 4 that are just crushed, and you want to take them and hug them and go, you can still be an artist and you will be great, and you are, embrace this, have an opportunity and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
please hang on, hang
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
It's good. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me when. Let's get some of the details too, for sure. When can we all see the new production?
Right now. Right
Oh, it's up
now.
now.
It's
Oh.
up now.
Mm-hmm.
It's up
Are you talking
on.
about the cartoon video?
Yeah.
Or is there something new? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amy's,
Yeah, Amy's Snow, John.
I almost said it.
It's on YouTube. It's uploaded directly to Facebook as well, so it'll autoplay if you're scrolling on your feed. It's on Boulevard's Facebook page. It's also on Mark Bucher's personal page, shared on there. It is shareable. The YouTube link is live and it's going around. It's all, and it's now on the Boulevard's website as well. Milwaukee Boulevard Theater. Theatre, is it Theatre, I think?
Theatre.
Why did someone have to do that? Theater or theatre? We have to determine.
Theatre. Yeah.
I had it explained to me. The theater, TRE, is the humans, the company, and TER is the building.
Oh. TER is the building. How many years have I been alive and no one ever told me?
Surprise.
Leave it to the academic. That's it.
Exactly. So yeah, it's online. It's running well. We put it up Sunday, I think it was, 5 days ago, something like that, to be online ready for Giving Tuesday.
Just this. I'm glad you're here, Cesar, because I would have not been able to. I would not have been able to just say all that stuff that you. I have no idea. I just know it's on YouTube, and I got it on my email, and I click on. So
yeah, it's easy to share YouTube links in email or stuff, because not everyone's on Facebook. And it's kind of hard to find things on Facebook unless you're going into Facebook Watch on Apple TV or whatever. And they're like, Boulevard Theater, Amy's Snow Job. But quick and easy to find on YouTube.
I can shoot you the link, Susan.
It's Jamie Lynn just posted it too.
Right.
So
there it is.
Or is it that side?
It's this.
Am I doing it right?
It's
that side.
It's over.
No, it's over there.
It's over there. Yeah, it's in the comment. Yeah. And yeah, I think Mark Bucher was really hoping, just like, you know what, if people watch it, like it, even if they hate it, they're like, you know what, that sucked, but here's $5 for a coffee I was going to have anyways. If everyone gave $1, it was like, yes, you too could save this starving theater for just $1 a day. No, for 20 cents.
It's just a matter of coming out the other side of this thing. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just.
People don't give because of what? People give because of why. And one of the reasons that Boulevard is very important for those $5, and it makes a big difference for a company this size. It's one of the few companies, them and like Theater Gigante, and they're doing original works. Taking chances, longevity. They've got longevity. They've been, 35
years.
Boom! My gosh.
Yeah.
And the original types of things that they're doing are, hey, let's use licorice. It's like, and then
yeah.
All right.
Also, I'll give them an extra props and plugs right here too. I've seen that Boulevard Theater or Mark Bucher or one and the same or whatever have given a lot of new actors their chance in local actors in Milwaukee. I have a friend that started there, and he's out here in LA now, Juan Velasquez, and he had some spots in Narcos on Netflix. So, and he started his acting at the Boulevard. So I don't know if the rep is going to be able to get people, new actors, if they want to start, whether they're trained or not. Did they still do that? What was it called? The Milwaukee Generals, I think it was. And
Yeah,
then
they
people
do.
from Chicago
They
came
do.
up, and then
Yeah.
They
you have
do.
to sign up. Like, that was so long ago. I don't remember if they
I
even still
think
do
they
it.
give, I think they give preference now to local talent to sign
Right.
up.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
right. But Booker was
that's
one that would I remember him really showing me a really good example of script breakdown that I hadn't learned in LA as
Yeah.
a Meisner trained out here. So, because that's a whole separate class you have to pay for, script
Right.
breakdown, audition technique. But he was able to teach that part of when you're working on a script that a lot of other directors don't want to, because it's like, hey, as an actor, that's your job to already know how to do it. You
Sure.
show up to rehearsal with your work done.
Right.
And I've seen Booker have a lot of patience where people didn't have that, including myself at one point. And they say, well, why are you saying that word? You have to know why you say every single word. And I'm like, because I didn't do the work, because it's written. I'm saying it 'cause it's written.
I don't know how much patience.
Well, but occasionally he'll show patience. If you show up on time, maybe you earn that 1 point. That'll
Well, I
turn
look
into
at Boulevard as being, and the smaller theaters, the smaller independent theaters, as being, it, it, it's not fair to call it this, really, a farm team, a baseball metaphor, because, but in a way it kind of is. It's where you learn the craft. It's where an actor can go and actually get a role that in a play that's incredibly good.
Yeah.
The reason I hesitated with farm team is because you think of that as being like, oh, not so great or whatever. But the truth is that there have been some outstanding stuff being done at Boulevard and Milwaukee premieres, the original stuff. So
Yeah.
there's and not just Boulevard. I mean, there's small independent theaters. Personally, I love the intimacy of a small theater like that, and I grew up in. I mean, I learned all this in very large theaters. So the first time I did a play at Boulevard, I was just flipping out that I was tripping over their toes, trying to get past them for an exit. I mean, it was a whole nother experience. Now I love it. I love it. It's the best kind of thing. And says, wouldn't you agree that, playing to a house like that is you use the same skills as you would on film?
Yes,
That kind of
100%. I mean, when I did theater for an audience of 500 in Wisconsin, you got to do that whole project, act out. You push in. You got to indicate. I hate to say that. You got to indicate a little bit so that the person in the back can see it.
Yep.
But I remember, and I never forget this. I remember the first play I saw at Boulevard, and I looked up someone to make sure I didn't get the names wrong, was the play about the baby, Edward Albee's. And I don't remember what year. That was probably right when I got there. And it was with Ann Miller, who I've acted with since there, but Jim Gallagher. I don't know if you guys have worked with him before. But I remember, I mean, if anyone's never been to Boulevard Theater, the original location on Kinnickinnick, was it 2 or 3 rows? I think it was 2 rows.
Yeah.
Of audience, and it's just long,
right in front.
There's a wide space,
Yep.
and you're so close. Yeah, you are 10 feet or less from these actors.
Yep.
And I remember watching Jim Gallagher, and it's watching the stillness in an actor. He was able to do what a lot of actors forget to do, is that's leave yourself alone. Yeah. And his stillness, it was so captivating and interesting. I was just like this. I was like, my God, that guy is so good. And I thought, I got to get involved with this theater. And then I think I did like a little guest role, because that's how Mark would get people in. And then I was able to join in that big cast that we had for the last days of Judas Iscariot. And yeah, you are just too, I mean, you know, as the actor, you don't think about the audience and they're gone, but it's the same. If the camera is 10 feet away from you with a 50mm lens and they are tight on you, that's how the audience feels when they're that close. They're or an 85 and they're just, you can see every minuscule bit of the actor's face. And as long as the actor isn't trying to act and they're just, you know, living truthfully moment to unanticipated moment, you feel like you're watching a film when you're that close because they are not doing anything. They're just being, and it's,
I think it's good for an actor.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Boulevard, wonderful training ground. You know, it attracts this beautiful blend of people who just have all kinds of skill and experience and love doing this kind of theater, and attracts kids that are kids, you know, like everywhere from 5 to 90, you know, they're all kids that want to get in and just give this thing a shot. And they're there and they're being mentored by people like Mark. And people, you know, it's so funny that you mentioned that, Says, because he knows, he's very smart. He doesn't want anybody to know it.
Say it out loud.
The man knows theater and he knows what he's talking about, and he will be very generous and will give those actors the time, you know. And then, you know, when they go away, he can grouse all he wants. Doesn't matter, they're gone. But you know, he is helping create the talent that we want to keep in Milwaukee, because our theater companies, we hire locally. We want to, which is another why we contribute to the local economy. We work on ensuring that there's not a creative talent drain, you know, because so many actors that I've gotten a chance to work with, they've gone on, okay, great, now I'll go to Chicago and be a real actor. I'll go to New York, you know, or stay living in Milwaukee and just get a New York P.O. box so that they'll get cast. You know? No.
Sorry, I had to leave. You know, it's sunny here.
That's okay.
Couldn't help it. Yeah,
well, in this world, we can still work together.
Yeah. Yeah, look, we were able to still do the whole video with David Ferry and the whole Milwaukee gang.
Well, we're at like 33 minutes. No, it's so easy to go because it's wonderful stuff. So I'm gonna turn it out, David, and Says, what do you want to leave everybody with on this? What's their action item? What are their action items after this?
Oh, thanks. Well, tune in to Amy's Snow Job, Season's Greetings, with what Cesar said, where to find it. Don't everybody email me for the link, please. Don't email me for the link. You can see that about 1,600 emails coming in. Can I have that link? Or the Milwaukee Theater Alliance link. You can go right there and click on it. Very cute.
How long is it?
Give us some money.
How long is it? How long?
It's about 2.5 minutes.
The puppet video itself is 2.5 minutes. It's sandwiched between a slideshow on both sides of past work with voiceover narration talking about why this video was made, and then an action plan afterwards.
Yeah. And and give so we can be here when COVID goes away.
Yeah. I'd say same thing. Give, if you can give $1, it works. If you can give $5, it works too. But more importantly, share it. Share that video. Share it on. Share the YouTube link. Share the Facebook link. The more people that see it, the more people. There's an angel donor that's going to match up to $2,000 or $2,100. So every $5, every dollar goes a long way in this rush, because it's only through December.
I don't remember.
30th through December, really. But don't wait until you've spent all your Christmas money.
No.
But, I would say engage. If you're an actor in Milwaukee and you are finding a way to still stay creatively relevant. Strange way to put it.
Yes.
Get involved with these. And I remember when I first got there, I'm like, what do I do? I want to get involved with theater. Find people. Look at all these podcasts happening. Find them. Reach out to them. Reach out to them
Sure.
on social media if that's the way they like. Reach out to them through email. Go to their websites. Mark it all down. Whether it's Facebook or Twitter's hard to find stuff that's really all over the place. But we need to get back to websites. We need to get back to a one-stop shop. Get involved with them. Give to it. Keep the faith.
One
Work
stop
on your craft.
Milwaukee Theater Alliance.
Absolutely.
Yes.
MTA.
You guys are the connection, right? So stay connected, stay creative, because that's all we got as artists.
That's what we have.
Work on your craft and practice. Like David's saying, just grab an iPhone and put it on a tripod. Don't go all crazy handheld and practice really tight shots to work on a scene or a monologue. We can do all this and then give money and then give all your money. It's important.
Opportunity.
Every dollar helps because theater will be there afterwards, but like which theaters, and we got to preserve. Got to love for preserving. I love that Facebook group on Facebook called Old Milwaukee. Every time they're putting all these different history in all these old buildings in Milwaukee, and I get so obsessed with it, and I look at it, and I'll go on Google Maps, and I'm thinking, God, remember that? And it just makes you want to preserve so much Milwaukee history because it has so much. And Boulevard, 35 years, that's a lot of history.
Yeah,
that's a lot of history.
That's right.
But thanks to you guys for creating these podcasts and interview sessions of putting it in people's faces. Look at this, everyone. That's kudos.
Because you've got a thing. Thanks for sharing your thing.
That's right.
Come full circle.
It's called a callback. It's a callback.
It's a callback. See, everything is theater. Life is theater. Thank you for sharing all of this wonderful stuff, David and Says.
Thank you.
Delightful.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Take it away, Jamie Lynn. I think we're wrapping it up. So, hello. Oh, hi.
Hi.
That was so much fun. Thank you.
I was sitting backstage and I was just listening to the thing and just like going, yes!
Yeah. You do the Muppet dance,
all of the things that I would say, because me and my freakish intimacy space thing that does not go well with COVID, by the way. So exactly what they were saying. There's a lot of theaters out there right now that are hurting. So if you can, and if you have space, please just send help. Just send help. We'll be back. We will use all of your funds for when we come out running when it's safe for us to do so. So
I have a fundraising idea. Let's talk about it after this.
I will love to hear that. And I'm gonna go through the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Let me see here what we have. Milwaukee Opera Theater. They have their collaboration with the Decameron Opera Coalition, Tales from a Safe Distance. All 9 vignettes, I think it was, of which Milwaukee Opera's MOT's contribution is this one that I keep slaughtering the name of it. I'm sure, and Joanna has still not corrected me on.
She's kind. She's one of the kindest people.
But But also tonight at 5 p.m. They have a happy hour series, the Decameron Opera Coalition, with these companies, has a live Facebook event. You can find it on the Milwaukee Opera Theater Facebook page. But Tales from a Safe Distance you can find at their website at milwaukeeoperatheater.org. And then Skylight, as they're being earned. Both of these things are virtual events streaming through the end of the year. Because I'm saying it right, so good to know. They're being earnest. Very, very fun show. It's like the importance of being earnest meets Austin Powers. It's colorful and bright and very talented people. And you can go to skylightmusictheater.org for to get streaming of that. Elsewhere in the community, we've got Cooperative Performance has their Embodied Truth. They were on episode 4, which was our November 13th episode, so you can learn all about that. Next Act has The Christians, which started streaming last week, I believe, and so you can go to their website. Renaissance Theater Works, who was here, was that?
That was last week.
2 weeks ago was
RT. Oh, that's right. They were the guests. Right.
You were the episode last week.
Right. Yeah.
And so, but Belonging starts tonight. Renaissance Theater Works, and you can go to Renaissance website for that. But like I said, our You Gotta Think episode 5 was on November 20th, talking all about that. You can find out all about Milwaukee Theater Alliance companies at milwaukeetheateralliance.org. And we've got some links to the YouTube page and the whole thing. We do the thing about the things. I do also want to thank, because I keep forgetting, because I am not totally with it all the time. I want to thank Imagine MKE for lending us their wonderful technology. If you don't know about Imagine MKE, please check them out. They are a wonderful organization that is really trying all they can to amplify all arts organizations in Milwaukee, arts and culture, much like the Theater Alliance is trying to amplify theater in Milwaukee. But they absolutely try to get in contact with Milwaukee officials and state officials, because we have a lot of hard work to do to make art more important to Wisconsin and Milwaukee.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I, for one, truly believe that I'm partial to theater, but if everybody watched theater, the world would be a better place.
Yeah. Especially if we watch it together.
If we watch it together, taking all of that empathy and catharsis, and you come in all angry and you like feel it all out with the actors on stage, and then you go and feel better about life for at least a little while. So if everybody watched live theater, when we get back to it safely, once a week, this world would be a better place. Yep.
It would be.
When is No Holds Barred coming out again?
We're down to 5 weeks.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
I have finally seen the final cut for the first episode. I know.
Yeah.
I'm tickled to death. I really am tickled to death. And it's going to be different for each episode. Some of them I'm going to be like, well, that's over. Thank God. But there's 16 of them.
It's going to be great. Susan.
I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
It's gonna be great. And like I said, thank you so much for making work for people
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
safely as you can. That's it's hard out here to do that, and we're grateful for it. So thank you everybody out there for joining us today. I just thank you. Come next week and the week after and the week after, because we will be here
Mhm.
on You've Got a Thing.